Get ready for something seriously shocking from your pocket change. The coin that most people overlook, yet it can quietly be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Yeah, we're talking about the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coin. The one that many people mistake for a quarter. But trust me, you won't ever look at it the same way after this video. So grab your seat, because this little silver-colored coin holds some jaw-dropping secrets. Back in the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint wanted to create a new kind of dollar coin. Paper bills were wearing out too fast, so they decided to make something smaller and stronger, and boom, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was born. It was released in 1979 and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, not a fictional character or symbolic figure, right on the front. That's pretty cool when you think about it. The design features the famous women's rights activist Susan B. Anthony, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. Flip it over, and you'll see the same eagle landing on the moon design from the Eisenhower dollar, a tribute to the Apollo 11 mission. So yeah, it's got some serious American history packed into one small coin. Now here's where things get crazy: the value. Most people think this coin is just $1, but oh boy, some versions can make your jaw hit the floor. The common 1979 P. Philadelphia Susan B. Anthony dollar that you find in circulation might only be worth around $1.50 to $3 in average condition. But, and it's a huge but, when you get into mint errors and proof coins, that's where the real money starts rolling in. There's a special variety called the wide rim, or near-date, 1979 P dollar. Most people don't even notice it, but collectors go absolutely wild for it. On the regular version, there's a wider gap between the numbers in the date and the rim of the coin. On the wide rim, the date is much closer to the edge. That small difference can turn your $1 coin into a mini treasure. Depending on the condition, a 1979 P wide rim dollar can sell for anywhere between $100 to $600, and if it's graded MS67 or higher, we're talking over $1,000 or even more. Imagine that, a coin people ignore every day could literally pay for your phone or a new laptop. But wait, it gets even wilder. Let's talk about the 1979 S-proof dollar. Proof coins were never meant for circulation. They were made especially for collectors, with a shiny mirror-like finish. But there's a twist. There are actually two different S mint marks for 1979, the Type 1 and the Type 2. The Type 1 has a filled-in S, and the Type 2 has a clear, sharp S. The Type 2 is extremely rare. A perfect condition 1979 S-Type 2 proof can sell for $300 to $1,500, sometimes even more if it's certified as PR70 Deep Cameo. That's like the jackpot of Susan B. Anthony dollars. And if you're lucky enough to find one sitting in an old proof set or inherited collection, you've just struck silver gold. Mint errors, the real gold mine. Now, collectors love errors. And 1979 had some pretty exciting ones. You can find off-center strikes, double dies, and even planchet errors where the coin was struck on the wrong metal disc. For example, one rare 1979 S dollar was struck on a nickel planchet, meaning it's the size of $1 but made with nickel metal. That oddball coin sold for over $15,000 at auction. That's not a typo, $15,000 for a single mistake coin. Crazy, right? Another famous error is the clipped planchet, where a small portion of the coin is missing because of a cutting error at the mint. Even small clips can push your coin's value into the hundreds. So the next time you see a Susan B. Anthony dollar that looks weird, don't spend it, inspect it. It might just be your lucky day. Here's an interesting twist. When the coin was released in 1979, people hated it. It was almost the same size as a quarter, and folks kept confusing the two. Cashiers, vending machines, and even banks didn't want to deal with it. So production was quickly cut short after 1981. But guess what? That's exactly what makes it valuable now. Because the coin didn't stay in use for long, finding pristine, uncirculated ones today is tough. And that scarcity adds serious collector value. If you want to hunt down the most valuable versions of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, here's your quick checklist. 1. 1979 P wide rim, near date, worth up to $1,500 in top grade. 2. 1979 S-Type 2 proof, worth up to $1,500 or more. 3. Any major mint error could bring $500 to $15,000. 4. High-grade MS-68 plus specimens, extremely rare, can exceed $2,000 at auction. So yeah, before you toss that old dollar coin into a jar, check the rim, check the mint mark, and if possible, get it graded. That tiny S or P can literally mean the difference between pocket change and payday. Because people confuse this coin so often with a quarter, vending machine companies in the 80s and 90s had to redesign their coin slots to recognize the difference. The U.S. Mint even tried to fix the problem by releasing the golden Sacagawea dollar in 2000, a coin that looked completely different and was easy to recognize. But even today, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony remains a legend because it marked the beginning of modern small-size dollars. If you've got one of these coins, don't clean it, ever. Cleaning coins can destroy their collector value instantly. Just store it safely, maybe in a small plastic holder or coin flip. And if it looks shiny or has a proof-like surface, get it checked by a grading company like PCGS or NGC. You never know, that old coin in your drawer might be worth hundreds or even thousands. So there you have it, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coin. A piece of American history, a symbol of progress, and, surprisingly, a potential gold mine hiding in plain sight. From the rare wide rim and Type 2 proof varieties to mind-blowing mint errors,